Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show, featuring the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer, right here on PARockshow.com, megarockradio.net, 107.1 FM St. Louis, Missouri, altrockradio.ca, which is in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, rootaroораdio.com on the beaches of San Diego, California, xrpradio.co.uk, across the pond in Birmingham, United Kingdom, buildthescene.com, right here in the thriving metropolis of Leechburg, Pennsylvania. I feel like I got them all that time, and for anyone who's listened to any of the 579 episodes, you know how often that actually happens. My name is Bill. With me tonight are the people from Moonshine, Jasmine. What's up, guys?
Hi, what's going on? Thanks for having us.
Hello.
What's up? Nice to be here.
So, Dan would be the black rectangle. Tyler is below me, and Megan is to my right, which looks like my left on the screen.
This is the best looking Dan's ever been.
Over that way. Ouch.
I'm not disagreeing.
All right, so I'm going to start off with some cliche radio type questions, and then we'll get into the questions that are going to throw you a little bit, maybe.
Cool.
Oh,
Let's go for a ride.
So what is the story behind the name Moonshine Jasmine?
Dan, take that one away. That's all you.
Dan?
Just kind of a random thought.
We were throwing around the idea that we needed a band name, and we started throwing it into the group chat. What are some ideas? And the one that stuck out that we didn't use was Ty's idea of two long legs. Two long legs. That didn't fit. So when Dan threw a couple names out, Moonshine Jasmine was one of those names, and it just sounded like it was, great. So we went with it.
I kept going with the idea of a 2-name band title, and that was the one I threw out. It seemed to fit.
I was perusing your Facebook page, and I saw your coasters and stickers with the Jasmine and the Moonshine jug, and I was like, I have to know where this came from.
Yeah, no. When he said Moonshine Jasmine, the first thought that I had was, like those dusty old type, Western bars, and some like Southern belle walking in with like jasmine in her hair, just so that's where the moonshine bottle and the jasmine came from. And I got the idea from that.
So my next question, also very cliche, is how did you guys form? How did you come together?
Ty and I have been working together for years. We were once in a group called the Megan Pennington Band, Nice and Simple. And then we broke up for a while because I had traveled to Chicago. When I got back, Ty and I started working together again. And then Dan actually messaged me on Facebook talking about wanting to do something. And then I was bad and didn't get back to him. And then I threw an event. Dan came to the event and said, hey, I want to work with you. Let's do something. And I said, okay, let's go. And it was history from there. Me, Ty, and Dan became the trio.
All right, here we go. Think Forrest Gump here for a moment. If you were able to sit down with a musical idol on a bench for an hour, but you're only allowed to ask them one question that has to keep them talking, who would you want to sit down with, and what would you ask them?
Oh, man. I don't want to go first. Dan, you go first.
I'll go first. Tom Waits. And I just feel asking him, hey, what's up? Would start a good conversation for a long afternoon on a bench.
Nice.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go. I would want to sit down with Janis Joplin and I would ask her, how'd you keep going? Because I know that her story and my story are pretty similar in terms of, upbringing and whatnot. So, how'd you do it? I know how I'm doing it, but I'd like to know how she kept it going.
I guess that leaves me.
Yes.
Honestly, my answer is very different from the other two. I'd probably pick Lemmy from Motorhead, who is probably my favorite musician ever, period, flat out. And gosh, the problem is I can only ask him one question, man. Probably ask him how he made it to 70 to start. Like, I read some of them stories. He should not have lived that long.
I watched a documentary about him, and I would tend to agree with you. Okay. So the next question is because of a documentary that I watched is about Robert Johnson, the blues guitarist. And the question is, if you were waiting at the crossroads for the devil to arrive, what would you be there attempting to trade your soul for?
To play the guitar half as good as Robert Johnson.
That was quick.
Platinum Records.
Yes. Robert Johnson's one of my favorite artists. So.
Oh yeah, don't get Ty started on the blues. He'll go on for days.
You want this interview to turn into a 3-hour documentary on the blues? Ask me enough questions about it, and we'll be here all night.
I was at the Pittsburgh Blues and Roots Festival for a couple hours on Sunday.
I'm so mad we missed
cool.
it. We were traveling, otherwise we would have been there.
I would have been there longer, but I started to not feel well, so I came home and I fell asleep for 3 hours. But I felt better when I got up, except for the headache. It didn't leave. Anyway, it was pretty cool. I only saw parts of 3 sets, though. I felt bad, especially because I won the tickets. Hey, Dan, what are you going to attempt to trade your soul for?
Well, my soul will probably be rejected. I would try recognition.
Okay, this one, we're going to get a little into your influences. If I was riding to a gig with you guys, what would be playing on the radio?
What wouldn't be playing on the radio is the more important question.
That depends who has the aux cord.
Yeah. Let's see. If I'm driving and I'm playing music, it's anywhere from Elvis Presley to Frank Sinatra, all the way to Cottonmouth King, Slightly Stupid. I mean, I listen to anything and everything.
Tyler, if you're in control.
Oh man, I'm blasting. Like I just did a long road trip and I was in charge of the music for most of it, and it was Motorhead, Ozzy and Sabbath, and then like the Proclaimers was in there. We went on about 3 hours of this drive just listening to Madonna.
Goodness.
And like a lot, like what Megan said, Elvis and Sinatra, and I might even throw on some Beethoven and Chopin just to keep it spicy once in a while.
Arbach and Tchaikovsky's Haggard and Husky.
Yeah, for me it would be this weekend we listened to a lot of the Grateful Dead, some Tom Petty, what else? Our stuff. John Prine, yeah. Trying to think what else we were listening to. Some of the co-writers that wrote with the Eagles, Jack Tempchin.
Country.
Yes.
I know Dan would want to play his best friend David Crosby.
We didn't listen to a single Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song on that drive. Not a
No,
single
we
one.
didn't.
So the other thing that I noticed on your Facebook page is that you have been playing a lot of shows recently. Now that things have opened back up, and you're a fairly new grouping as far as Dan joining the two of you. How did that work out so quickly?
Good faith and quick emails, I guess. I don't know. We just started emailing every venue we could possibly think of, especially with myself and Dan, putting those emails out to the places we already had roots kind of built in, or, at least knew somebody who knew somebody. And everybody wanted to book right away because we were getting back to, the world being normal. So I guess we just got in at a good time.
Yeah, between Megan and I, we had a lot of contacts in different places and with different venues. So it was quite easy to throw some emails out there and get stuff going.
And I'm the bass player.
You got us the residency. Don't feel like that.
Before I forget, and I'm terrible at this, I did want to mention that at the beginning of the show, you guys heard brand new music to the show from Fell. And the song was End of the Cycle. And then I played a band from New Orleans, which I don't normally do, but their drummer is originally from Pittsburgh. So the band is called Ugly. The song is called Bad Dance. It's some funk rock. So wanted to squeeze that in there. And probably in the near future, I may go even further than New Orleans. I might play a band from Iran.
Ooh.
It's a metal band from Iran, but it's also a 7-minute song. So
send it.
We'll fit it in at some point. Their bass player plays a 6-string.
Ooh.
I was like, why is that neck so wide?
I'm recording like half our album on a 6-string for some reason.
Oh, nice. Now, do you play with a pick or do you? It's like, I'm not telling you.
I play with a pick.
It's a trade secret.
Yeah. I play with a pick. I pluck. I'm doing a thumb slapping thing on Nowhere, Ohio. I learned how to do it all because I was too stupid to master one, and now I'm just kind of rolling with it.
He doesn't give himself enough credit.
I'm hearing this.
And I'm the bass player.
Hey, well, you brought up the song Nowhere, Ohio, which is the song that we're going to feature on this episode. This is, I feel like, I can't tell how old Tyler is. I feel like some of you might have watched MTV when there was music on it.
I remember MTV music.
back in the.
I kind of just want to make him guess how old I
am. Well, to give you an idea, he's 2 years younger than me, so he's not that much. He's not that much younger than us.
I'm the baby.
Anyway, so this is your chance to do like an MTV storytellers and tell me about your song.
Cool. All right. So I wrote the lyrics, so I guess I'll start. Nowhere, Ohio is a song that I was originally actually trying to write in satire. I was trying to kind of poke fun at some of the life experiences that I have had where I have found myself in what I call Nowhere, Ohio. Nowhere, Ohio is actually a small town in southeastern Ohio called Uhrichsville. And I spent a lot of time in Uhrichsville chasing around some love that I shouldn't have been chasing. And so I was trying to, kick this song around and try to make light of a bad situation. And we needed some music anyway. So I threw out the lyrics and I gave it to Dan. And Dan sat down in my living room on the floor with the notebook and just plucked out the melody. And one thing led to another. And we had Nowhere, Ohio.
All right. So what we're going to do next is go ahead and play Nowhere, Ohio by Moonshine, Jasmine. For those of you who are watching live, you cannot hear it currently. You'll have to wait until the show is live, which will be 6 a.m. if you go to buildthescene.com on Friday. It will go 8 p.m. on the radio station there. And then I don't remember the whole schedule, but it is on all those stations I mentioned at the beginning at various times throughout the week. And there are time zones and too much to remember.
Don't use that word around me.
Which one? Time zones?
Yeah.
I have a preloaded rant about time zones.
Let's not talk about it. We don't got
No.
We're also going to hear from the Rust Project and their song Somewhere in Time. Maybe a different time zone. Anyway, we'll be right back.
That was good.
That wasn't even on purpose. It just fell into it.
I lugged a beach ball and you're holding a 2x4 going, guess I'll hit it.
Who leaked our car ride conversations?
No, stop.
That's the worst thing that could ever happen to us as a band.
I just mean the wit, the quick wit. It sounds like something that would have happened in the car rides.
Hey, you guys ready?
Absolutely.
Okay, you just heard the Rust Project and their song Somewhere in Time, and right before that, Moonshine, Jasmine, Nowhere, Ohio. And that's who we're speaking with this evening on episode 579 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. We have Megan, Tyler, and Dan with us. You missed a couple questions. We're going to head into some more of the oddball PA Rock Show type questions here. And for those of you that are checking us out live, if you make some comments on the video, we can all see them and interact with you. With that said, this next question, I kind of have to do a little bit of an explanation so you understand what it means and why it's here. So for the last couple of years, I've been trying to get Dave Grohl to come on to my show and talk about when he was not in the signed band. It's not working. I've tagged him. I've emailed his management. Brian Johnson from AC/DC did a video where he showed up at Dave's house with a van. So I tagged both of them and asked Brian how he got Dave to respond. Now Brian's ignoring me. But where all of this came from is no matter what I watch on YouTube, like I can look up how to fix my dryer. And over in that list of songs that it's going to autoplay or videos that will autoplay, there's either a Dave Grohl video or a Foo Fighters video. No matter what I type in that search bar. So I decided to make it part of the show. So the question is, who is your Dave Grohl? And what I mean by that is the Foo Fighters are known for bringing people up on stage to play their songs with them. So which artist would you like to join on stage and play one of their songs?
I almost had a chance to actually do that once. I almost got to play on stage with Scott Blasey from the Clarks, but I was too much of a baby. He came to my high school and did an acoustic set and invited me up on stage, but I was too much of a baby, so somebody else did instead.
I actually got to sing on stage with my favorite Irish folk band once. Anyone knows Gaelic Storm at all? They played at a place around the Pittsburgh area and invited a whole bunch of people up on stage. And there was like 5 guys and 5 girls, and I just happened to be one of the guys. And for some reason, we did an Irish folk version of Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. I'm still not sure how that happened, but...
That's
knocked down.
Literally, we're sitting there singing it, and like there's their drummer plays like with his hands on like bongos and stuff, and so he's over there. There's the fiddle player on the other side, guitar, there's, I think bagpipes. It was a show.
I think if I was to actually get pulled up on stage by any band, I would have to say I'd either want to be pulled up by Dead and Company or the Tedeschi Trucks Band.
Any particular songs you'd want to perform with them?
Made Up Mind, if I was to perform with the Tedeschi Trucks Band. And with Dead and Company, oh man, I'd want to do "Friend of the Devil." That's the song I'd want to do.
Okay, Dan, I think that leaves you.
So, last year, before the Millville Music Festival got canceled, I kept tagging Donnie Iris on social media, trying to get him to come and join my other band, Wounded Moose, up for a song.
I heard the word "trying," which makes me feel like maybe you're being ignored too.
But besides Donnie Iris, I'd want to play with Ray Wiley Hubbard. If you think of like Willie Nelson, like Willie Nelson's the Disney version of Ray Wiley Hubbard. Like back in the 70s, Ray got abducted by Willie. He went on the tour bus and like disappeared for 7 months with them. Went on tour, and he's a real just master songwriter and storyteller. And if you've ever listened to some of his live stuff on YouTube or seen any of his social media posts, like you can see he's a poet and a great storyteller, and he'd be a fun one, I think. Like especially like my background and genre style of music.
I think anyone that can survive multiple months on a tour bus with Willie Nelson is very.
Just give him a star on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
We've all heard that Toby Keith song.
Yes. All right. So my next question is barbecue season. If money is no object, what bands would you book to play at your barbecue in your backyard?
Do they gotta be alive?
They do
I was
not.
about to say, money's not the issue here.
See, sometimes I ask a question about going back in time, so you can borrow that DeLorean that I have, and we'll do it that way.
Great Scott, that's a good idea. If I don't want to go first this time. I feel like I've been kind of taking the lead here. You guys go.
No one would be able to hear after mine, for starters. It's like, while everyone's having their hors d'oeuvres and appetizers, I'd be probably having Slipknot doing some blast beats out there or something. I'd probably try to throw ZZ Top on a set or something. And then, because the one thing I love about my music is I love my music loud, I'd have to have the main band that everyone's going for being the Guinness World Record holding loudest band in history, Motorhead.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been talking about them a lot.
That's okay.
Well, I would have to go just for the sake of it, like 1965 Bob Dylan. Right when he went electric, and have him in the band, like the band, not any band, like the band.
Got it.
If money's no object at all, I'm booking Elvis. I'm booking Janis Joplin. I'm booking Gladys Knight and the Pips. I'm booking the Tedeschi Trucks Band because I love them. I mean, if money's no issue, I'm throwing Woodstock at my barbecue, so I'd have a long list.
But not Woodstock 99, right?
Not Woodstock 99.
What are you talking about? You don't want
$9 for water and then burn.
You don't
it
want
down.
Limp Bizkit in your backyard?
No. That's the one band that can't go. I love them, but no.
You know, I just watched their set on Lollapalooza, and I think I'd be okay with them being in my backyard.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if my neighbors would be okay with it, but I would be okay with it.
My favorite part of them playing Lollapalooza is everyone was like, man, Fred Durst looks so weird while Wes Borland is standing right there.
If you don't know what he's referring to, go check it out on YouTube. The whole set is there. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure what Wes was trying to do.
Just Google Wes Borland and you'll understand exactly what I mean very quickly.
I did, but now Fred Durst I get that he was trying to throw out the dad vibes, which is going to be the name of their next album and is the name of one of the songs. But I feel like I saw him on Starsky and Hutch in the 70s.
I want everyone at some point to watch any movie from the 70s that includes a news reporter. And then look at that picture of Fred Durst.
Okay. What is something that people that have followed you each as musicians would be surprised to learn about you? By the way, this is
former. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say this is where I've had metal bands tell me that they wrote children's books. So,
in my former life, I was a wrestling coach.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah. I think we did.
There was a point in my life where I was completely straight-laced. And kind of a baby about things, truthfully.
Can I just say no comment?
Sure.
When I get back from the trip I'm on right now, I'm going to go back to my professional wrestling school, which is going to lead me into learning how to salsa dance for my buddy's wedding.
I'm surprised to know that. You didn't tell us that.
No.
I wonder why. Listen, Dan especially. Dan's been riding me about all sorts of stuff with jokes. But,
He didn't. Never mind.
go ahead.
No. You don't want me to.
Go ahead.
Nope. Nope. I quite like this show. I'd like to be back on sometime. Nope.
Well, then let's follow it up with this question. What is something embarrassing that has happened on stage, but you can't tell me something that you did. You have to tell me something that someone else in the band did.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh, no.
And I mean, and if you have to go to a different band, that's okay. Just maybe don't use the names. If it's this band, 100% you have to tell me who.
Okay. I can go first. There's a lot. But the one thing that stands out to me was we were playing a show over in Allison Park, at this place called the Poorhouse. And Ty looks at me and he's just got this look and he's playing and he's looking at me and I thought he was like getting really into the music. Turns out he was tripping over himself and he almost fell into the speaker head, knocked the whole stand over. But he's looking at me like, oh, and I thought he was playing and like jamming on it. So I'm going back at him, jamming at it, realizing that he's, totally falling apart. So that's something Ty did.
I feel like if all these stories relate to Moonshine Jasmine, there's going to be 2 stories about me. Is Dan not going? Am I going?
I thought you were going.
Oh, I'll go. Not in my band, and I will not in this band, but in an old band of mine, and I will 100% name drop it. I was playing in a group called Padded Cell Society around central Pennsylvania area that now no longer exists. And we tried to do this like typo negative Warrant Slipknot vibe that just never worked. But I remember one time the singer made a comment about how it was our guitar player's birthday. And we're playing this show on our guitar player's birthday, and the gag was when we were all singing Happy Birthday, we were going to have 20, 30 people dump or 2 or 3 people jump like 20 or 30. I'm doing this all wrong. 2 or 3 people with 2 or 3 laundry baskets with about 20 or 30 pairs of women's underwear each on his head. Now we had counted out how many there were beforehand. Dumped them on his head. There were 3 more. And I watched this man jump headfirst off the stage into a crowd of people who all parted the seas as he tried to crowd surf away. And I still hear the thunk he made on this venue floor in my head. Like right as I'm about to fall asleep, I just hear thunk.
Dan, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to think of something. I really.
Can I throw dirt on myself while Dan's thinking? Because Ty had a perfect opportunity to tell a story and he totally messed it up.
Sure.
Which one?
Long story short, I told an entire crowd of people that if they didn't know the words to Old Time Rock and Roll, that I felt bad for them. And then I scripted every single word, and Ty does not let me live that down. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised he didn't tell that story. Sorry, I couldn't let that one go.
I got one I can't let go that I'm surprised you haven't mentioned either. So
Let Dan go because we cut him off, and Dan's the most important part of this band.
Don't say that.
You are.
One time, one band I was playing with, we were Johnny Cash tribute band, and we were playing a country club down in North Carolina, and the drummer that was filling in, he would lose himself in the music and then just be totally off time. So I'm sitting over in the corner, and I'm trying to stomp my foot, get his attention to keep him on time, and he still wasn't getting it. So I'm sitting there starting to bang my head too and stomp my foot, and I didn't know it was on live. It was on Facebook Live, and it looks like I was headbanging to like Folsom Prison Blues, like I'm full out, like just hardcore, like going at it.
I'm honestly shocked neither of y'all mentioned the time I just dropped my bass.
I don't remember that.
In Du Bois when it just fell and clanged off the ground.
Oh, yeah, and it bounced back up. Yeah, I do remember
that. So where can people get a hold of your music, and where can they find you online?
So we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/Moonshine Jasmine. We also have a website, moonshinejasmine.com. We have a YouTube page. Right now, the music is under my name. So if you go on YouTube and you search Megan Pennington, no H, and Pennington like the grass seed, you'll be able to find our stuff. I post our live videos as well as our recorded tracks on my YouTube page. So there's that. And we don't have anything else as a band. I've got an Instagram. It's Megan Pennington Music. And I use TikTok very poorly. I'm really bad at TikTok. Ty's TikTok famous.
I am not Stop talking about me being TikTok famous. I made one TikTok that got 200 and some odd thousand views, and I hate it.
I do not have a TikTok account.
Let me put it this way. That TikTok took off 229,000 views or something like that. And it's about subject material that I don't think I can talk about on this show.
Nope.
Please don't.
Yeah.
This is a family show, Ty. Shh.
All right, so what do you guys have coming up next?
Well, we actually have a show this Friday. We'll be traveling back to Bloomington, Indiana for Food Truck Friday. It's like the thing to do in Bloomington. So we'll be there on Friday. And then on Saturday, we'll be down in Millville for the Millville Music Festival. I am so awful. I didn't do my homework. I can't remember the time we start, but we'll be at the community library. So if you go on the Millville Music Festival website, you'll be able to find our time. Or if you find us on Facebook, you'll be able to find our time as well. But those
For some reason, I'm thinking it's 5.
I think it's 5 too. Somewhere around there. Somewhere around dinner time.
Is
You
it
can catch
5 or is it 2?
It's definitely not 2.
No.
But anyway, it's somewhere around dinner time. You can come on down, grab a drink over at Cousins, and then you can walk on down to the community library, catch the Moonshine Jasmine set, and behind there's typically food trucks, so you can grab yourself a bite as well. That's just 2 shows that we've got. We've got a whole plethora of shows. Our tour schedule is on the moonshinejasmine.com page, as well as our Facebook page, so you can always keep up with that.
And then next week we have the Rock Out.
Oh, yes. How could I forget? Oh, my goodness. Yes, August 14th in Schenley Plaza over in Oakland. That's right across the street from the Cathedral of Learning. We are throwing the 10th annual Rock Out to Knock Out Cancer. This is a show that's been going on since 2011 to battle cancer and raise money and awareness for the American Cancer Society. So we have 15 bands, vendors, games, the whole 9 yards for everybody of all ages from 9 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. down in Schenley Plaza. So that's Rock Out to Knock Out Cancer. Tell every single person you know it's going to be one heck of a day. We go on at 9 o'clock at night.
See, now you reminded me that I forgot to mention at the beginning. This Friday and Saturday, which runs alongside the Millville Music Festival, is the 22nd Rock for Life concert. It raises money for children who are battling deadly diseases. I've been to 18 of the 22. I will be hanging out there over the weekend taking pictures of the bands, and then my friends from First Angel Media will be all over Millville taking pictures, so you guys may run into some of them.
Awesome.
So if you are in the area, in the Pittsburgh area, make sure you go to either the Millville Music Festival, which is free, or if you head out to Rock for Life, it's $20 for 2 nights, 17 bands, and it benefits a child who is fighting it. I can't remember. I believe she has a form of cancer. I'd have to double check. But 22 years of that. That you can find out more about that at rockforlifeconcert.com. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to.
I think is Blackridge on the list for that this year?
They are.
Yeah.
Although they have a fill-in singer.
Yes.
Yeah. We won't get into that. Yeah, there's, since you asked, give me 1 second and I will pull up the flyer and I'll rattle off everybody that's playing. Maybe.
And then if anybody is interested, Saturday morning in Greensburg, my other band, Wounded Moose, will be playing at the Green Beacon from 11 to 1. So I have triple duty. We're going to go drive out to Bloomington Friday, come back Saturday morning. I'm going to go play in Greensburg and become Greensburg famous finally, and then go off to Millville.
It's taking my computer forever to open this flyer. There it goes. So Friday night is Dominic Fusca, Castle of Ink, Farewell Felicia, Blackridge, the Borstal Boys, Dimwit, and the Hellfire Club. And then Saturday is Terry Lee Spencer, Lenny Collini 4-pack, Half Wheel, Post Traumatic. I say that wrong all the time because of the way it's spelled. Post Traumatic. Amber Alexis, Slant 6, After the Fall, X Factor 1, Big House Pete, and Skell. Those are
awesome.
I rattled off a couple bands whose websites I do in there. But anyway, almost all of those bands. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of the 17 can be heard on this show. So, and on buildascene.com/radio. Anyway, this has been episode number 579 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, Megan, Dan, and Tyler.
Thank you for having us.
Make sure you check them out at moonshinejasmine.com and check this show out each and every Friday. 6 a.m. is when it pops up on the website. The streaming and FM radio schedule are on the site as well. Go to buildascene.com, hover over podcasts, and all the shows that I'm involved in are listed there. There are 4 of them, although one of them is kind of probably hiatus/done. Anyway, Check us out, buildascene.com. Check them out, moonshinejasmine.com. My name is Bill, and I will catch you next time.